Alrighty guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at FlexiPRINT's fill and stroke editor. And this will be located under the main toolbar. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, we're into the program here. So now, like I mentioned, this is part of a mini series on the main toolbar on top here. And today we're going to be looking at the fill and stroke editor. Now, by default, we can see our fill and stroke here on the bottom right. So then, so when you're creating one, you can quickly see what it's set to. But if you want to go into more advanced settings and actually customize it afterwards, this is a great place to do that. So I'm going to grab a random shape, make one here, and maybe make one next to it. So we've got nice two shapes to work with. So if I select the first one, and then want to make sure our fill and stroke editor is open, let's just close our design editor, move this to the bottom. So now to locate it on our main toolbar, we want to go next to our design editor panel or icon, which is this one. You'll see we have this little one there. Now the actual shortcut key you can also find here if you go under view, and then we want to go down to fill and stroke, and you can see the shortcut there is just I. So if you want to open it quickly, you can just press I, you can see it's gone, press it again and it opens it. Now from this one we have a few different settings and panels. So we've got three tabs here. We've got the fill, we've got the stroke, and then we've got the transparency, and this is like layer modes and so forth. We'll briefly cover these ones and maybe go into more depth in a future video, because there's quite a few options to choose from. So now with our actual shape selected, if I open the drop down, you'll see we've got 4 different options. So we have the no fill, solid fill, pattern fill, gradient fill. I'm just going to run through these first two because these ones require a little bit more input to have a nice custom outcome. So if I click on the no fill, as you can see here, it will make it transparent. But if you click off it, it can be confusing because now it's not there. So I would recommend make sure you have a stroke set if you're actually going to set your fill to none. The default is the most common, will be just a solid fill. And then under here, we can actually choose the color we want. Same way we can choose it from this bottom swatch panel. You can come up here and go under the pre-made ones and select something you like. Then we've got the wireframe if you don't want to be working with fills but still have it there. And then we have advanced. Now under advanced, quite a few things we can be setting up. We can do our color library and all of that. And as you might recognize, this is our color specs. So if we've done check the video on the color specs, then this will make sense. But otherwise, this is a nice place where we can add things to our library and so forth. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the fill for now. If we add to the actual stroke, so I'm just going to select a new shape. I'm going to set this the actual fill to none. And then we go to the stroke. So we have a few options here. We're not going to run through everything, just the main one. So the first one here is our our stroke type. We can edit it and add in custom amounts if you want to go into that, but we won't do that now. Then from the drop down menu, you can select from the pre-made ones if you want more like a jagged one or so forth. So we'll start with solid. Then here we have the actual stroke width. So if we adjust this, you can see here on the right how it gets thicker and thinner. So we adjust that down a bit. And then if we go to another style, you can see how it updates it here on our actual design. Now, like I said, all these things can be done custom. We also have our actual color here. So if you want to have a different color, then you can actually do that. You can go to whatever color. Maybe if you added a custom color to your color swatch, you can do that as well. I'm going to give this a black. And then we've got a few other settings, but we will cover this in another video as it's going to drag this video out a bit too much. If you're used to working with actual strokes, then this will all make sense. But for now, we'll leave that as is. And then we also have this nice little button here called clear. So if you didn't like the transformations, you want to set it back to default, you can simply click that As you can see, it will remove our stroke and clear it for us. But let's just add something again, just so it does not look so plain. There you go. And then on our last tab, the blending mode, like I mentioned, this will be more advanced where we can set blending types and that, which we'll go into. But for general rule, we can just, I'm going to make a quickly copy of this, overlap it, maybe change the color, open the fill again, and the main thing that you might use here often is the actual opacity. So as you can see here, as I will adjust this down, the actual opacity of whatever shape we have selected will decrease. As you can see that now we can kind of see through the top shape right to the bottom shape. So if you want to find the opacity, that's where it will be under the fill and stroke editor. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the fill and stroke editor. In the meanwhile, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.